fit or linear model for scatter plots? A line of best fit or a linear model is going to be the line that best describes the points. So if the points are going in a positive direction, your line should be going in a positive direction. If the points are going in a negative direction, then your line should be going in a negative direction. The line of best fit should be the line that's in the middle of the data. Most of the points should either be on that line or very, very close to that line. Okay, we're not trying to connect all of the points. We're just trying to draw a line that is in the center of those points, going in the same direction. You can only have a line of best fit for either a positive correlation or a negative correlation. You cannot have a line of best fit for no correlation because the points are everywhere. You don't know what direction to draw a line in. Okay, so star, only draw a line of best fit for positive and negative correlations. Okay. We're going to do some examples. Oh, let's do criteria first. What makes a good line of best fit? Another word for line of best fit is linear model or best fit line. These are different names for line of best fit. They all mean the same thing. All right, the first thing is that the line should be going in the same direction as most of the points. Most of the points should be either on the line or very close to the line. And I'm put this is a big if possible, okay? Any questions about that? So now we're gonna do two examples, okay? We're going to cut 2 of these graphs and paste them here for our 2 examples, okay? Pause for the pause. I'm going to put points here. And then we're going to graph them, okay? All right, let's graph the following ordered pairs. I'm going to label this as my x-axis, and this is my y-axis, okay? And we're going to do a negative 1, 2, 3, and a negative 1, 2. So negative 3 and negative 2. Then we're going to do negative 1, 2, 0. Then we're going to do 1, positive 1, and 1. Positive 1, 2, and 1, 2. Positive 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What's the relationship of the points in this scatter plot? What is the relationship of the points in the scatter plot? We got 3 types of relationships or correlations. Positive, negative, or no correlation. Which one is this one? Why is this a positive correlation? Very good, baby. Great job. Oh my God, great explanation. Positive correlation. As X increases, Y increases. Good job. All right, so now we want to find the line of best fit. So our line of best fit should be in the center. So now what we're going to do is we are going to circle the 2 points that if I draw a line through those 2 points, that line would be in the center of the data. So choose 2 good points that if I draw a line through those points, then most of the points will be either really, really close to it or on that line. Yes, what do you think? 1, 1, this one, and what else? And 2, 2, these 2. They right there together. Let's see. Let's make them form a straight line. I need the straight edge of my paper. Okay, that's his line. Anybody want to try another line? 2 points. Come on, any 2. What about if I choose these 2? I'm gonna just choose one just to be choosing it. Oops, this Reyes, you tripping. Got cricket. All right. Which one's better? The first line or the second line? The first one. Most of the points are in a better. So that's better. Good job, Silas, on that one. Y'all want to try any 2 other points before we? Negative 3, you said? These 2? Shh. These 2? Oh, these 2. Is that a good line of best fit? No. Ain't no points above it and no points, and all the points are under it. Is it? Look, that's not a good line. Shh. What do you think, baby?
Okay. What I think is -3, -2, and then 1, 1.
This one?
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah. All right. What?
Let's see if it's better than Solace's line. Okay. No, it's only 1 point under that line. And how many points above it? 1, 2, 3. All the rest of them are above. That's not a good one. His line is the better line probably because it's 1, 2 on it, 1, 2 above it, and 1, 2. Yeah. We're going to go with Silas's line. Good job, babe. Shh. Bless your hearts. Good job, though. So the 2 points we're going to go with is this one and this one. Let me redraw the line. All right. So if we're choosing those 2 points, we need to write an equation for that line. How do we write an equation for this line? We have the 2 ordered pairs. What are the 2 ordered pairs that he chose? 1, 1, and 2, 2. So the first thing you do is find the slope. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So you're going to find slope first. That's Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. And what are we going to put on the top? What minus what? 2 minus 1. And what are we going to put on the bottom? 2 minus 1. So what does that give us? 1, 1, which is just what? 1. Slope is 1. Right. Yes. So now we're going to find B. I don't have enough space to find B here. Do you think I do? Nah. I'm not going to squeeze it there because that's be sloppy. Where? Oh, no.
Right under positive.
This is supposed to be X, baby. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Let's find B. How do we find B? You substitute, okay. Emma, what do we use? Okay. So we said M is 1 and you said use 1, 1? Okay, so use the easier point, she said. And then substitute what? So what formula are we using? What form? And what's the name of that form? Very good. So she said she's going to substitute 1 in the place of Y. Renee, what's wrong? You okay? And then we're going to substitute 1 in the place of M. And what did you say we substitute in the place of X? 1. Okay? So this is going to be 1 here. 1 times 1 is 1. Now what do we do to get B by itself? Subtract 1. So what does that give you for B? 0. So what's going to be the equation or the line of best fit? Y equals X plus 0 or just Y is equal to X. Because do you have to write plus 0? Do you have to write 1 here? Another way to write that is just to say Y is equal to what? X. Please write this down. And now we're going to do example number 2. I'm going to label this as my X and this is my Y. Pause for the cause. Give us a chance to write that down. So let's do these points. Let's do a negative. Let's do a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 5 and positive 7. Bless your name. Then let's do negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and positive 1, 2. Let's do negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and positive 1, 2, 3. Let's do negative 2, 1, sorry, negative 1 and positive 1, 2, 3. Let's do positive 1 and a positive 2. Let's do a positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and a positive 2. Let's do positive 1, 2, and let's do a negative 1. Let's do positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's do a negative 1, 2. What kind of correlation is this?
Negative.
This is, for the most part, a negative correlation. Why is this a negative correlation? As X increases, what's happening? Y is decreasing. Good job. Yep. For the most part. So now again, we're going to choose a good line of best fit by choosing two good points and drawing a line through it. What 2 points do we want to use here? Yes, Aiden, your hand was up first.
Negative 5, 7, and negative 1, 3.
Negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said 7?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what's the other one?
Negative 1 and 3.
Negative 1, 1, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's Aiden's line. Anybody think they got a line it's a pretty good line. How many points we got on it? 2, almost 3. But it got 1, 2 under it, 1, 2 above, 1, 2, 3. That's a good line. We're gonna rock with that one because that's in the middle. That's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna write the line of best fit. The first thing we have to do is find the slope. So the 2 points again, he said was, what'd you say again? Negative 5 and 7, and negative 1 and 1, 2, 3. these two right here. So first thing we do to be able to write the line of best fit is that we have to find the slope first. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay? All right, so to find the slope, Renee, what are we going to put on the top?
3.
3.
5.
No, not quite. What's Y2 is 3. What's Y1?
Oh, minus 7.
Good job, baby. Okay. What are we going to put on the bottom? Caitlin, you okay? Okay. What are we going to put on the bottom? Okay, good job, babe. All right, so what does that give us on the top? Alexa, what does that give us on the top, baby? -4. And then what does that give us on, what does that give us on the bottom? Very good. That gives us 4. So now that gives us, I knew I was going to do that, -1. Now what do? We got m is equal to a -1. Should have made it a little different, but that's okay, Miss Reyes. Now we got to find b. How do we find b? Emma told us the last time. How do we find b, Dennis? What do we do to find b? Put the scissors down, please, okay? I need you to focus a little bit better. Silas, what do we do to find b? You got to choose a point. Which point do you want to choose, babe? Okay, -1 and 3. Doesn't matter which one you choose, but you got to choose one. We label this as X, this is Y. What else? Okay, so we got our slope as well. So we're going to use, what's the name of this form? Y equals mx plus b. No, it's slope intercept form. Okay, slope intercept form. All right, so now what are we going to substitute? Dennis, do you know this part? Do you know what we're going to substitute for y? No, -1 is x. Somebody help him out, please. The 3. Shh. Oh, you got to pay attention, Dennis, for real. All right, what are we going to substitute for m? Yes. -1. What are we going to substitute for x? -1. And then we bring down the plus b. Now we're going to solve for b. Did you write this down? Okay. We're going to multiply. -1 times -1 is what? +1. Bring down the plus b. Now what do we do to get b by itself? Allow? Subtract 1 from both sides. So what's the value of b? It is 2. Okay, so we are writing right out to the side here our line of best fit. What is the line of best fit here? What? -1x or just x plus 2. This is the line of best fit. Okay, any questions about that? All right. We're going to type these in the calculator now so we can get, we're going to do line of best fit in the calculator, and then you are going to work on something else, okay? Line of best fit in the calculator. These are our points. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I do. Sorry. I do. I was going to try to, space it out a little bit, but no, change my mind. All right, so let's do this in the calculator. First and foremost, is this a positive or a negative correlation? What's happening? As x increases, what's y doing? Y is also increasing. So this is what kind of relationship? Positive correlation. All right, so first thing that you do to put this in the calculator, we're doing our steps so you'll know. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to clear it. Let's clear it first before we start. Second plus 712. Second plus 712. All right.
Super important because you don't want to do this. You ain't going to do all that work later. Second plus 712. Good job. Okay. Second plus 712. All right. Come on, Dennis. Jesus. I did it. Okay. Only go out.
My gosh. I ain't never seen a student do that, but only he would do that. All right, here we go. All right, so look, the first thing that you're going to do is type the numbers in the calculator, type them in a list. So you're going to press stat. So we type numbers in list. How do we do that, Miss Reyes? You're going to press stat. So you know that this is an actual button. I'm going to put it just like that, okay? So when you press stat, you're going to press enter on edit. And now we're going to type the numbers in. So these are the numbers we're going to type in. Look, we got 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter, 5, enter, and 6, enter. And slide this over. Sorry.
Yep, type numbers in. Yeah, it is.
All right. Now we're going to press the arrow over button to type in the Y values. Don't forget to use the negative sign for negative. Don't use a minus, okay, because it's going to be an error. -5, enter. -8, enter. -3, enter. -2, enter. 3, enter. 5, enter. And make sure it lines up. You should have the same number of X's as Y's. If you don't, you're going to get an error when you do this. So please make sure it's lined up right. You need to see the numbers. Okay. Hold it up so I can make sure that you have it and I can move on, okay?
Very good, very good. Now please don't whistle, okay? Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Very good, very good, sweetie. You still typing? Okay. Very good. You almost there? Okay. Good, baby.
And Renee, good job. Thank you. Very good, Jacob. I take back everything I said. All right, here we go. So now after you type the numbers in the list, So now we're going to tell the calculator to do. So what we do now is we're going to press the stat button again. So we press stat again, press stat. You're going to arrow over to calculate. See? And then you're going to go down to lean reg. You see right here? Yep. Lean reg. You're going to press enter on lean reg. Hold on, babe. I'm sorry. What you say, sweetie? This right here. Press that. Arrow over. You see the arrow over button? Calculate. And then go down to number 4, which is lean reg. This is number 4. All right, so look, what does lean reg mean? That means that the A right here is the slope in the calculator, and the B in the calculator is the y-intercept. It's going to give you those values, okay? You ready? So after you do that, you're going to press enter. And then you can press enter one more time. Okay, this is what's happening to the 6? It's doing what? It's repeating. Okay, so if the A in the calculator is 2 and 4/10, and the B in the calculator is -10 and 6/100 repeating, how would I write this as an equation? This is going to be what? Line of best, fit. How would I write this line of best fit? What is it going to be? Y is equal to what? Oh, wait a minute. Y is equal to what? 2 and 4/10. What else? X, somebody said, thank you. Then what? Minus what? This is the line of best fit. Pause for the cause. You're going to do one on your own. All right, this is the example that you're going to do. Let's do this. Let's do 5, 6, 7, 10, and 12. And let's do 10, 7, 6, 4, and 1. Huh? What are you asking me? This is 5, 10, 6, 7, 7, 6, 10, 4, and 12, 1. What kind of correlation do you think this is? This is a negative. Why do you think this is a negative correlation? Very good. This is a negative correlation because X increases, Y decreases. All right, so now I need you to write the line of best fit. How do you clear it? That's a good question. So look, you can go to stat, and then you go all the way, when you press enter, you can go all the way up to the top and press clear and enter. Go do it again, go all the way up to the top, press clear and enter. That's okay, you're fine. I went all the way up to the top. and press clear. No, press enter right there. Edit. Go to the list. And now go all the way up to the top and press clear and enter. Did you get it, babe? Okay. Y'all got it yet? That's okay. Just round to the nearest 10th place or something. All right, so let's look at this. So what did y'all do? After you type the numbers into the list, I'm going to go back to the steps up here. What did you do next? You press the stack. Good job. Go over to calc. Good job. Go down to limerick and enter again. Very good. So this is going to give you y is equal to a negative 1 and 1. I'm gonna do 2 spaces behind the decimal. X, and then we got plus 14 and 5/10 somewhere in there. I just estimated, okay? I did 2 spaces behind the decimal here.
It's still showing the same.
I can't see. Let me see. I'm sorry, baby.
Oh, no, because clear that clear now. Like that. Count.
All right, got it?